Hey everyone, it's Laura Madrigano, and I wanted to make you a video today instead of writing. I just wanted to connect with you quickly since I have been traveling with my family and I have not had a chance to send you my usual weekly blog posts. So I just wanted to check in quick with everybody and give you a spiritual tip on how to connect with your heart messages. So, as most of you know, I believe that there are layers to healing your SVT naturally, and physically, of course, eating like a superstar is my number one message, but I'm not going to talk about that today. But physically, there are so many things that we can do emotionally and, of course, spiritually. So today, like I said, it's just a little bit about the spiritual ways that you can connect with your heart messages. So my first tip is to use a journal. I absolutely love journaling. I journal all the time. I feel like journaling connects you with your feelings very quickly, and it helps you really hear your own messages, and you can reflect back on them, which is a wonderful way to hear your own voice in a different way. So, as we're journaling, sometimes we don't even realize how impactful our own inner wisdom is. But when you look back on what you wrote the next day or even the next week, you'll be amazed at your own inner wisdom and that you really do give yourself the best guidance possible. So I absolutely love and highly recommend journaling as a way to connect with your heart messages. So if you don't have time to journal, how about just looking in the mirror? I know that this one can be a little weird for people. It's actually, a little strange when we first start doing mirror work, like looking in the mirror, connecting, looking deeply into your eyes. Of course, the famous Louise Hay uses this tool all the time. So, if you have something to say or you're angry or you're disconnected, sometimes getting in front of the mirror is just a super quick way to connect with those heart messages. So I highly recommend that one as well. I don't do that one as much as journaling, but that is a good one. So another way to connect with your heart messages is to just be conscious and aware of the moment in time, like when you're first waking up in the morning, like right when you're coming out of your dream state and you're starting to become conscious. I like to ask myself and connect with myself right in that moment. I like to just ask, what do I need today, or what are my heart messages? What does my heart want me to know? Or if I had like a vivid dream, sometimes I'll ask, well, what does that dream mean for me? Or sometimes I'll even ask, how am I disconnected from my heart? Or how can I connect? Any kind of inner wisdom or intuition that you want to receive really clearly comes in that like early morning waking few seconds and few minutes right when we're waking up. So those are three really good ways. Obviously, meditation is an amazing way. I think people sometimes make meditation more difficult than it has to be. You could even just sit down and rest for a few minutes and close your eyes, and that is a form of meditation. So I'm a big fan of resting. So you just want to think about what can you do in your life to connect more deeply with your own heart messages. So some of the ones I mentioned: journaling, mirror work, reflecting upon waking up. I also like to pull self-care cards. Sometimes if I just want a quick message for myself, I absolutely love to pull a self-care card. I'll talk more about that later. But whatever tools that you like that help you feel connected. And what is the point of all of this? Why is it so important to be connected to our heart? And I think that, maybe the importance is obvious, but the truth of the matter is that I believe that the more we live our lives completely centered and aligned with our heart truth, the less room we have to invite in any kind of imbalance, any kind of accelerated heart issue or health problem for that matter. So you just want to think about transitioning your life and living your life in complete alignment with your heart. And this is hard to do even when it's your intention to do so. So this is something that definitely needs practice and needs our commitment. But I can tell you this: when we at least try to live our lives by listening to our heart, you at least stand a much better chance of having less problems, less disconnect, less moments where you beat yourself up for, making decisions that you knew were the wrong decisions. So this is just about connecting you with that intuition where we're gaining guidance that is specific for us. So I want you to trust that guidance that you're receiving, but in order to trust it, we first have to get comfortable with hearing it and listening to it. So the best way to listen is obviously to be quiet, tune out, no TV, turn off your, Facebook, try to give yourself a little time in the evening. So in addition to my little morning suggestion, in the evening, you want to try to disconnect from all of the, information overload, especially at night. We're sensitive, we're tired. That could be a time of weakness. So you want to protect yourself in that moment and give yourself some time to go within and, really see if you can hear what your heart messages are. So those are my tips and my ways of hopefully helping you connect with your heart messages. If anybody wants to ask me any questions, feel free to email me or send me a message on Facebook. I try to get back to everybody as quickly as possible, even though it's not always easy because I have 2 little kids. But we're all busy, and I love connecting with you. I love helping you, and I hope that this inspires you to connect more deeply with your heart. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful day. Bye.